Think of the passion, God love everlasting. Keep the law of the land and book in case you're asking. Moving forward to the learning and it's free. Cause I know that God know the combo. Go with Sister E. Love talk Sister E. God work Sister E. Charity Sister E. Let's talk with Sister E. All different type of information every week. Let me speak. If you subscribe, we're going deep. Love talk Sister E. God's work Sister E. Charity Sister E. Let's talk with Sister E.
Y'all, 1 second. Rio done snuck in here. I'm trying to put him out. 1 second, y'all. He think he's slick, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Who wants a Cocker Spaniel? I'm giving him over to a new owner. Jeez. Reed, get out of here, Rio. Because you're distracting. No. Out my room. Thank you. Get out of here. I'm telling y'all, if y'all want a Cocker Spaniel, I will gladly. He has all his shots. He's spoiled though. He's spoiled. But y'all want Cocker Spaniel? Who wants a Cocker Spaniel? Everybody can. Y'all want a Cocker Spaniel? What's going on, family? I'm trying to shove some food in my mouth. I've been at work today. Then I decided today to do a live. Well, prior to that live, Unlimited Keys, we might be cousins. But before that live, I was in this wonderful, amazing meeting, y'all. Just bear with me. Am I smacking in y'all ear? Let me know if I'm smacking in y'all ear. But before the meeting, but before this, I had another meeting with an amazing group called the Goshen Project. So, because I was in a meeting with the Goshen Project, I forgot to eat because I was so excited about the meeting, y'all. So, bear with me. I'm finna put this plate down in just a second. Family, what's going on? Okay, I'm almost done. Okay, I'm done now. But I'm not quite done. Hold on. Am I smacking? Tell me if I'm smacking y'all ear. I'm now mute out real quick. Hold on. Hit a one if I'm smacking in y'all ear. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Hold on. Okay, I'm done now. Hold on. Let me take this plate back in the room. Oh. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. All right, I'm back. Woo! What's going on, family? I'm finna turn my camera on. Hold on. Let me put my little thing up. What's going on, people? What's up, family? I missed y'all. Y'all miss me? I was trying to hurry up and eat. I ain't got no makeup on, no chapstick, no nothing. I'm just here. I got this cap on because my hair is a mess. I'm going to get my hair braided this weekend. So, family. Oh, we got 50 people. Can we get more people in the room? Share the link. Sister E is back. Now, I might not be back every day like I used to do. But I got to try at least do 1 week with y'all. 1 week. Whew, saints. I got to come back. I just know I got to come back. I've been taking a break, a little hiatus, and chilling. And the Most High been kicking me in my back saying, hey. It's too much going on for you to be just sitting in your room and watching TV and getting caught up on TV shows and watching Netflix. And, it's time. It's way too much going on. First and foremost, y'all, have y'all been keeping up with what's going on? There's so much going on. Yeah, I got a guest that's coming up here too as well. If she can give me a 1 to let me know that she's out here. If she's out here, I'm going to drop the link for her. But y'all, give me a 1, Sheila, if you in here. But while I wait on her, y'all know I don't mind running my mouth at all. Who knows that Sister E don't mind running her mouth? Who knows that Sister E does not mind? Well, I don't like this color. Where my purple at? Hold on. They took my purple away. I want pink. My pink days are over. There we go. When I used to want to wear pink and green. That's just a little secret. Don't judge me, y'all. I used to want to pledge back in the day. And I was about this close to being pink and green. But Most High wouldn't allow it. He wouldn't allow it. Ha! Wait a minute. Eric said I look like a straight up Brooklyn girl. They have converted me. They've converted me, Eric. I'm done now. I call myself a Southerner in New York City. But I have been converted. I no longer look like a tourist. I look like a resident of Brooklyn, with the cap, the glasses, the jacket, the swag. You got to walk. When you walk, you got to walk with. I mean, you got to move. It ain't no half walking out here. When you walk, you are walking with intention, and you got a place to go. You don't get in these saints' way, including myself, because I will knock you down. I'm trying to get to that train. Anybody understand that train in New York? You hear your train coming. You trying to rush down them stairs because you're trying to get to your train because the next train is not coming for the next 5 minutes and you're going to be late for your appointment. That's me right now. That's me right now, y'all. And I'm just like, stop the cap. I say cap now. I say, what's another word? I say cap, brick outside. Brick mean it's cold. Ain't that right, Eric? I hope I'm saying it right. What's another word I say now? I say a lot of stop the cap. I say that a lot now. So y'all, I'm converted. I'm somewhat converted. Y'all see I got my cap on. Y'all, I will let y'all see the back of it. My father and my mother's name. My daughter got that for me for my birthday. For those who don't celebrate birthdays, that's on you. Let me celebrate mine. But let you see, they do this a lot. I ain't gonna tell you the other cuss words because I'm gonna tell you something. Jamaican women cuss like I have never heard anybody curse in my entire life. The words that fall out of their mouth at 6 o'clock in the morning is ridiculous. Like, okay, so where I live, and then we finna get into the show. I'm waiting for Sheila to get here. Sheila's coming, y'all. I live on the first floor, and I have like the main windows outside. You know how, Eric, you know what I'm talking about? Like when you live on the first floor, you got the windows. You can hear everything outside. It's like and my bedroom is, don't nobody know where I live, so I can just run my mouth about this. Y'all don't know exactly where I live. But the way my bedroom is set up in my apartment, because New York apartments are a little bit different. My bedroom is like right next to the windows, and then you go through another room, and then you have the common area, which is considered a living room and kitchen all in one. Still trying to get comfortable with that. And then downstairs, you have a basement. I have a basement in my apartment. Pray for me, saints, because where I live, it floods a lot. So, with that being said, the way my bedroom is made, well, I'm actually doing my live in my bedroom. The reason I got this right here, y'all, I did laundry. Yesterday, I went to the laundromat. Yeah, y'all not finna see my room. Y'all not gonna judge me and talk about me because, saints, I'm gonna worry about that another day, not today. But I can hear everything at 6 o'clock in the morning. Never fails. At least once a week, I'm gonna hear some Caribbean woman cuss somebody out from one end of glory to the next. At 6 o'clock in the morning, you're cussing like that. And the way a Caribbean woman will cuss a man out, I ain't never heard that before. The things that I have heard Caribbean women say to a man, I'm like, oh my God. Y'all, I was in a little spot in my neighborhood hanging out. And just hanging out, getting out the house. I need to get out. The thing is about New York, when you go to New York, when you live in New York, you can walk outside where I live and you can go anywhere as far as hanging out. Because they're gonna have, places to hang, chill spots, speakeasies, all that. I live in Brooklyn. So go outside. I went into a club. Hanging out in a club. Not a club, it was just a, little speakeasy, little Caribbean bar. I live in Caribbeanville. They always ask me, am I from Panama? I don't get it. I don't look Panamanian, but people tend to think that I'm the Panamanian chick in the neighborhood. We'll talk about that at another time. Y'all know I have to give y'all little stories. So I'm in there, and off the rip, I'm sitting there and I'm listening, to the Caribbean music, which withers my nerves. I'm like, y'all, can we listen to something else? But you can't do that out here. Next thing you know, this Caribbean woman cusses this man out to the point I'm like, oh my, he finna knock the brakes off. And he was more scared of her than, and she had to have been a little short Caribbean woman. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. But yes, me too. For some reason, people think that I am Panamanian. Every time they say, "Are you from Panama?" No, I'm from Tennessee. I have gotten more questions about am I never get Jamaican. I never get Haitian. I got Haitian for briefs and they couldn't tell, but majority of the time I come in contact with people. They ask me, am I from Panama? Can y'all tell me what Panama women look like? Because I don't get nothing but Panama. Are you Panamanian? And I'm not in a Panamanian neighborhood. It's just a whole Caribbean neighborhood where you got Jamaicans, you got people from the Bahamas. I forgot how they pronounce where they from. You got people that are from Haiti. You got people that are from the Bahamas. You got people from Panama, and then you got me, this little Tennessee girl. And I never got the vibe, but people saying I'm look like it. This somebody just said you do look Panamanian. Never got that vibe. Never knew I looked Panamanian. But I get that. And then I have Guyanese friends. My friend who does my hair is a Guyanese woman. She is hilarious. So I never thought I had the Panamanian look. Never thought. I don't know what the Panamanian look is, but I always get Panamanian until I open my mouth and then they figure out I'm a country than a hog maw sandwich. But yet it's still, y'all, this neighborhood by far is the best neighborhood I have ever lived in. I tell y'all. Hebrew Way, come on up here, sis, if you want to come up here. But I want to make sure Sheila gets up here because I want to make sure Sheila said get up here because I need her to talk about the I mean it says it's rejected. Why is it rejected? Hold on. Why is it rejected? It's doing something. Why is it now not allow me? Let me see if I can share the link in my but I mean by far this is one of my neighborhoods. I love living out here. There's never a time where I'm just like, let me see if I can share it up here. Okay. Can y'all see the link that I've shared? Because for some reason, okay, y'all see the link. Hot sauce, don't come up here with just yet. Sheila, the link right now is for Sheila and Hebrew Way. If Hebrew Way wants to come up, and then I'll share the link to everybody else after that. But like I said, living amongst the Caribbean community is hilarious. So I like New York. I like it. It's a whole vibe out here. It's a whole vibe. Eric said I look in New York now. Look like somebody from Brooklyn. I actually feel like it. Also, y'all see my new glasses. I got new glasses. I got, what is it? Zillow? I think that's what you call it. I've discovered this site. So y'all, these are my new glasses. Somebody told me I look like I'm from Harry Potter. And that was my daughter. She said, you look like you from Hogwarts. I said, you know what? But I got some new glasses. Y'all like my new glasses? I got like 2 pair of glasses. I got these. I'm waiting for Sheila to get up here. I got these glasses. And my daughter is always coming for me because she thinks I'm just doing the most. Hold on. Then I got another pair. Yeah, I got that Memphis accent strong. Then I got another pair of glasses. A little different. See? See, and then I got my other glasses. I had to get you know them glasses I started out with. I had to get rid of them. Somebody said yes, sis, you do look like I'm from Brooklyn. I look like I'm from Brooklyn now. Y'all, I promise y'all that's not the goal. It really isn't the goal. Let me show y'all. These are mine. I bet not fall so y'all can laugh at me. I got new glasses. So y'all know the glasses I started out with, y'all. When I first started wearing glasses, I had to put those to rest, y'all. I broke them and they just was on their last leg. So I had to go too high. I can't cuss because the mothers are out here because I don't want to make them have to take me into the prayer room, including Emma from Hebrew Way is out here. So I got to act right, y'all. I can't say bad words today. But these are my new glasses that I got from Warby Parker, which is overpriced. So these are my new glasses. These are my brown ones, or they call them turtle shells. So they turn into shades. I don't like them. They make me mad. Then I have these for color. These are my new ones. And this is what I wore today to work. My Hogwarts glasses. But my child I always talk crazy about. All of them are prescription glasses. So somebody said I have those same glasses. I am a fan of the place that I've been purchasing glass. I don't want the meta glasses. You know what I really want? This is a New Yorker I've seen, but these are the rich New Yorkers. I want some Ray-Bans. But Ray-Bans are way too expensive. I'm not spending them two pair of glasses that I got, one pair with my prescription. These were like $100. And then the green ones I just showed y'all was like $90. Warby Parker glasses was like now these was without my health insurance. It was like $100. The Warby Parkers, the first ones, was almost $200 with my health insurance. So now I'm going to start going to this place because it makes sense and it's sensible. So we got Sheila up here. So let me add Sheila up here, and then we're going to start our whole conversation, y'all, because it's a lot going on. Somebody said I done got jiggy now. Whatever. Sheila!
Shalom, shalom, family. I am not showing my face because it just came out of a working session and I am not presentable.
Sheila, yes, you are. I left the same working session that you were. We just left the same working session, y'all.
Oh goodness.
So Sheila, I wanted to bring you up here real quick. In Hebrew way, you are welcome to come up here. Definitely, because I know the Hebrew way is a part of African Israelite Justice Foundation. So I wanted to bring Sheila up here is because there's a group that we've started. Me, Sheila, Angie Love, a couple of us. And we started this on my channel. Getting people prepared that are here in the U.S. The biggest thing is a lot of things are going on within the world right now, and we wanted to make sure that people had coverage within the U.S. that are in the U.S. itself and in the islands. The islands are included in this as well. But we want to kind of pull everybody in to kind of come up with a game plan. So just in case something goes wrong, the grid goes down, we all know how to communicate and come together. So we collectively came together and started the Goshen Project. We actually started the Goshen Project here on this channel. With us starting the Goshen Project, we invited Sheila over we had a virtual event under African Israelite Justice Foundation. Emma, who is the Hebrew Way 2227, and myself and Benaiah, Israel, Larvins, and the Zakims from Great Awakening. All of us are a part of the African Israelite Justice Foundation, and we had a virtual conference and invited Sheila with the Goshen Project, and we invited the farmers. I forgot what their names were. I can't remember. And I want to invite them on as well. And we all kind of talked about a game plan just in case something happens. Well, one of the things that we talked about is the Goshen Project. So Sheila, I'm going to give you a minute. You can kind of talk through the Goshen Project, and I'll kind of take everybody to the website if you want, or do you want me to talk about it?
You can talk about it and I will interject.
So the purpose and the driving point of the Goshen Project is to build a network amongst each other. You know how the Green Book, how Black people used to come together when all heck break loose. Because Sheila up here, I can't cuss. But you know, when everything goes left, I'm just joking, Sheila. But when everything goes left, we got to collectively come together and be able to know how to get in contact with each other from a communication perspective, how to make sure people have things like food, water, and people have businesses. How can we collectively come together so we can operate outside of the system itself? That's why we came up with the Goshen Project. So, with that being said, we've all started coming together. We Sheila has a website. We've been working through websites. We've been collectively coming together every other Monday, meeting and discussing our game plan and how we're going to do communication. One thing we did come up with is walkie talkies. A lot of us have purchased walkie talkies, which let me show it to you. Y'all don't judge me. I ain't put it together yet. Hold on. Sheila, don't judge me because I ain't put my walkie talkie
That's
together
okay.
yet.
At least you have it.
I have these walkie talkies. You can purchase. I gotta add the battery and all that. Aerospike is supposed to be helping me. Well, these walkie talkies, once I put it together, you can get in contact with family members. You got to buy the pack together, but you can get in contact with family members outside of the cell phone grid, up to what 5,000 miles. So let's say I have this walkie talkie and I'm in California and Madison is in New York. The cell phone towers went down. If I have my walkie talkie, once I put it together, I can be able to reach Madison from this walkie talkie. This one right here. You can get it from Amazon. So a lot of us have collectively started working together to get things like this so that if the grid goes down, we can all keep in contact with each other. So these are just, some of the things that we're actively working on. So with that, Sheila,
Yeah.
come on, you can chime
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. Basically, family, the Goshen Project was created for a time such as this. We knew this time was coming. We see what's happening with Iran, Persia. As we call them, Medes and Persia. That's who they are. We knew what was going. We knew this time was going to happen, and we knew as much as we're ready to leave, we have got to be prepared for what's going to hit. Okay, what's going to hit. So we came up with the Goshen Project, and the Goshen Project is for preparation, just like in biblical time. It's nothing different. It's modeled after that. It's modeled after the preparation that Joseph did during the time of the famine, and also when we first came out of Egypt. The same thing. We just in modern times. So we have a Goshen Project. The Goshen Project is crucial. Communication is crucial. Food is crucial. Water is crucial. Looking out for one another is crucial. They, the world right now, we're kind of by ourselves. We're by ourselves, so therefore we have to have business with one another. We have to have all those things while we're here. We got to occupy the time until the Most High come. Period. Period. We have to be wise. We have to be wise as serpents and harmless as dove. We have to be able to because when it comes down to, I don't care what your belief is, I don't care whatever, but if you melanated and you look like me and what have you, the outside world just going to look at you as one way. So all of this distinction and what happened, this and that, when it comes down to it, we only have each other. We have to operate and move just like in the our ancestors did. What's the name? Harriet Tubman, the Underground Railroad. We have to be smart. We have to be wise. We want to let everyone know what we're doing, but we can't let everyone know what we're doing. That's foolish. That's foolish. So we do have a project that we're constantly improving. We should just come over in there and you'll see just what we have going on. While this has been going on now for a year. We've been building this for a year. And we're constantly improving it. Because when it boils down to it, we have, and we have to work together. We're building. We're not waiting on anybody to do anything for us. We are building. so that when our people need something, they know where to go. We have a network. It is a network, just like the Underground Railroad. It was a network. We are building a network.
Yep. Yep.
Please do not think you can make it alone. You cannot.
Yep.
Please do
Yep.
not think, well, my family's good. Please don't think like that. You
Yep.
cannot go this alone.
Yep.
We are
And
a community.
yep. Yep. You got, and the thing is, the good part is, you think about, and we always talk about Goshen, and we talk about Joseph, how Joseph was prepping for the famine. They didn't run nowhere. They just stayed in the land while the famine happened, and the Most High had already created a move, or created someone in the midst of them to already have food set aside so that they can be able to sustain during the famine. You didn't hear Goshen. You didn't hear the 12 tribes running anywhere. They stayed where they were. They were within the land that they were with, was in Goshen. And when they went to Goshen and they saw Joseph, and Joseph made sure that his brothers had food and shut those doors, and they stayed and weathered through the famine. That's the same thing we want to do amongst each other. Make sure we can weather through this famine. Family, I'm going to be honest. Most of us don't have the financial fortitude. Myself, I don't have the finances, nor, well, I ain't going to say, I don't have the finances. I'm going to be honest. I don't have the finances to go anywhere. I have the finances, though, to sustain here. So with that being said, why would I be concerned about going somewhere else when I can build something here with my community so we can weather this storm, so we can get through this? Now, for those who have the finances and can go wherever they want to go, hey, that's on them. Praise Yah. I'm glad that they can. But there are individuals that are just trying to make it day to day, just paycheck to paycheck, trying to maintain, that don't have the capacity and the ability to go anywhere. So while you're here, we've created a group for you to join. You have to join the group so that we can have these conversations of getting a game plan together. We've already broken it up into regions. We got 3 regions: East Coast, Midwest, and West Coast. East Coast, Midwest, and West Coast. We've broken it up in regions where people can collectively come together in the regions and get prepared and know what to do. And we still come together as one to make sure we have a network, because we just don't know what's going to happen, y'all. And y'all know me. I am y'all know me. I am not a fear monger. Sheila, have you ever known me to be a fear monger?
No. I honestly don't believe it, because the Most High didn't tell us to fear. All through the scriptures, he said, do not fear. Do not fear. How many times he has to tell us? Do not fear. Do not fear. Do not fear.
But he did tell us to be prepared.
We have to be prepared.
Yes.
I mean, we have to be prepared. Yes, we're going to see some stuff. We are. Are we going to be here forever? No. But we're here now. We're right here now, and we have to endure until this indignation passes. Do y'all see the indignation that's going on? Just see it has already began. Nick's going to be talking about, I'm sure, everything that's going on tonight. Sister E is, so it's already here. It's not when, it's here.
Yes.
You do not make preparation during chaos. You make preparation before the chaos. If you're making preparation during chaos, may the Most High have mercy on you, because you did not prepare. You did not prepare. You did not connect with a network. A network. That's how I'm gonna keep going back. That is how our ancestors survived.
Yep.
This is how we're going to survive.
Yep.
This is how we're going to survive.
Yep. And for those who saying, "Ooh, I don't have the money to join," you don't have to have money to join. We're not asking for money. We're asking for bodies to come help us.
Yep.
We're not asking for you to pay a fee, and because we know people already are just trying to make it. We're not asking you for money. Keep your money so that you can buy whatever supplies you need to be able to sustain yourself. So let's clear that up. Nobody's asking for any money. Just go to the website, join, and be a part of the conversation so we can be prepared. No money is required. You ain't got to pay a fee. There's no, you got to have
Nothing.
this money set aside. You got to have this. So those who are worried, like, oh, I don't have the money, just have the body and be here. The Most High will supply the money. The Most High will supply your everything that you need to be able to get whatever you need. This is not about money. This is not a campaign to say you got to pay $100 to join. You got to pay 50. You don't have to join for. You ain't got to pay nothing at all.
Nothing. Information is there. All types of information
We
is
just
there.
need bodies
Emergency
there.
book is there. We have emergency book that we have created that you can put your pocket size, stick it in your backpack, stick it in your purse, and what have you. Things happen. Things happen. You can't get your medication. The pharmacy is shut down or blown up. We don't know, and what have you. We have this information. This is what you need to have. Have this. This is like preppy. Somewhat, yes. But the most of it is just being able to maintain until, listen to me, until the indignation passes. This is the purpose of it. This is the purpose.
Now the link it should be pinned. Let me know, y'all, if it's pinned. So the link to join the Goshen Project, somebody hit that link in the pin section and let me know if y'all can get in there. If not, Susan, Angie, one of y'all drop the link in there and I'll go and pin it again. But drop the link so that people can join. But it is about sustaining. What we do need is ideas and energy. That's all we want right now. Is a willing body. Somebody to come in and say, hey, I know how to work with radios. Hey, it's not pinned here. It should be pinned. Hey, I know how to, let me pin it again. I thought I had it pinned. Yeah, it should be pinned. Let me unpin and then, oh shoot, I unpinned it. Sheila, I unpinned it.
It was pinned. It was pinned. You unpinned it.
I can put it back up. Let me see. Let me find it again. But we need willing bodies to say, hey, I understand how to do this. I understand how to do that. I'm going to go ahead and pin it again.
Okay.
But keep talking, Sheila. I'm going to pin it, and I need to go and get my charger.
Yes. It's what we need to help build is mind. We need your mind. We are creative people. We need your mind. We need your ideas.
That's it.
We have the foundation is already built. We already done it. It took us a year, but we did it. It took us a year. It did it. We did it. We're just a few. We're just a few faithfuls. We did it. But we need others. We need others because trust me, we are going to need each other. We are going to need each other. We need your creative ideas. We need your energy. We're not saying taking anything away from what you're already doing. We meet every other Monday. Every other Monday. Inside the community is so much information. It's mind-boggling. It would take you 2 months to go through it all. That's how much information is in there that can help you through this.
Yep. And the key to it is we have to work together. You're only as strong as you are in numbers. I can go buy a walkie-talkie here. I can go buy a walkie-talkie there. But guess what? I may know somebody who knows how to collectively get chips where all of us have be on the same channels. Because the thing is about those walkie-talkies, I will tell y'all, it only works with just certain people. Like if you buy one and I got one, those only work amongst each other. We may find somebody that say, hey, I know how to get a SIM card where all of us can collectively talk with one another. We're only strong in numbers, family. Yeah. And that's why this is very important. Again, for those who are planning to go, praise the Most High. Go. But this is for the people that says, I'm finna sit tight until it's time for me to go. And while I'm sitting here and I'm waiting, I'm not going to be alone. You don't want to be alone at this time. So while we're working, while we're here together, we can collectively come together and make sure that this sister right here said, I know how to make soap. If we can't find soap, we know we can reach out to this sister right here that knows how to make soap and help
Yes.
us get soap.
Yes.
You may know somebody who say, hey, I know how to build wells so that we can be able to have wells so that we can drink water. So if the water goes down, we know how to do that. Hey, if the communication goes down, hey, we may have Aerospike who knows how to work on something where all the walkie-talkies work as like a telephone system where all of us can keep in touch with each other. The collective effort will make us strong and mighty. As I remember a phrase where it says a fist is only strong when all the fingers come together and create one fist.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing. We're creating a fist amongst each other.
Yes.
So
And
I would say join this collective group. Now keep in mind, the group is not for you to sit and watch. The group is there for everybody to work. Nobody is greater than the next person in the room.
No.
Everybody is the same. Some days I'm sitting and I'm quiet and I'm listening to people give ideas, and Sheila's sitting and we taking notes and getting ideas together, and we're all brainstorming and how we're going to weather through this, y'all. The more we look at this news, I was watching something about a couple of days ago about what is it called? EMP. If the electrical grid goes down, how are we going to sustain?
Yeah.
When you think about the Great Depression, we as a community was able to survive only because we came together as a collective and made it through it. That's going to be the same thing, family.
Yeah. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And I'm glad you're showing part of the community, and you can see in the middle of the screen there is where we have the map of the regions and those regions, that's the regions right now. Those are the regions, region 1, 2, and 3. Those are the regions we have. And we have them like that because as we get more people to help manage these regions, then we can break them into sub-regions,
Yep.
But we work with what we have. And the Most High has blessed us. He has blessed the work of our hands. He has moved. He has moved. When he moved fast, we move fast. When he slow down, we slow down. When he kind of like don't select he's doing anything, then we wait.
So what I'm going to ask everybody to do right now, I'm giving y'all 1 minute. Everybody go out to Goshen Project. Who wants to join? I ain't making everybody join. Who wants to join? I'm giving me and Sheila gonna sit and talk. Go join right now. Go join right now. And then we'll collectively work together on making sure y'all with the right regions. Y'all ain't got to get in and be like, I don't know what to do. Just join. That's all we asking right now. Once you join, all of us are collectively come together to figure out, oh, wait a minute, you're here. Hey, sis, go here. This is how you can, be able to go here. Maybe you need to do this. Once you join, Susan, Angie, Sheila, Ruhama, Brew Queen, myself, all of us gonna collectively mad dash in that area to make sure you at least get the welcome package. And then we get ready from there. The next meeting, if I can get enough people to join, Sheila, we can have another meeting next week and not wait 2 weeks.
Okay.
I would say if we get enough people to join, because we don't want y'all to sit too long and y'all wait 2 weeks from now. If we get enough people to join, let's go ahead and see if we can get we're going to try and get a meeting scheduled for next week so the newcomers can come in and we can introduce ourselves and everybody meet everybody and meet and greet and make sure we at least get the regions set up. That's our number one goal because we want the regions to collectively come together. We already got one person that said they're in the Tennessee region. That's the only person in the Tennessee region. If you in that area, this green area right here, click join so you can collectively come. Who said they were Tennessee? Somebody said they were with Tennessee. In the chat, if you with that region, tell me if you're with the green region, type green. If you're going to be with the red region, type red. If you're going to be with, is that purple? Because I can't see.
That's blue.
Blue. If you're in the blue region, hit blue. So tell me what region you want to join, and we're going to make sure that you are connected and we can come together and we can collectively come together and have our first meeting. I am the red region. So if you're Arkansas, roots in Hebrew, If you're that, you're the green region. I got Chicago. Chicago would be what, the green region. Somebody said better put them other glasses on, sister. You know what?
Yeah.
Let me
And if
do
you're
this.
from the islands, you're from Jamaica or whatever, you're going to be right now in region one. Region
Yep.
one.
Who
Until
want to
we
be in the
get
red
someone who
region with
can
me?
manage that region.
Yep.
So we do what we can with the human resources that we have. We are the resources.
So when you join, you're gonna get assigned to a region. Who gonna be in the red region with me? I know me and Eric gonna be in the red region. So if y'all want to see me and Eric argue, go ahead and join the red region. Me and Eric gonna go back and forth. Y'all know how me and Eric are. So I'm just joking. But if you're the red region, come on, that's me. I'm in the red region. I don't know who in the blue region. Blue region is that region that we don't have a lot of people in the blue region, do we?
Yeah,
That's like that
yeah,
California
we do.
area.
That's on the blue region is region.
They got Colorado. Let me zoom in a little bit more.
No, okay. If that's Colorado, because the red region is, we have quite a few in the red region. Quite a
Yep.
few in the red region. That's active, very active.
The region that we don't have a lot of people active is the blue region, because that's
It's
when
the
the
blue region. Yeah,
Washington,
you're
yeah.
right. It's the blue region.
But
Right.
somebody said they in the green. You in the green, join. So we
I'm
can
in
be
the
able to
green.
have the meetings and collectively come together as the green, the red, and we got to get some blues because we got some people in California, Oregon, Nevada. We ain't a lot of black people in Utah, but we'll try to find some. That's it. That's interesting. That blue region, we probably ain't gonna have, but a bunch of people from California and Arizona and possibly Colorado. Everything else would be questionable, but hey, if we get some, that's a blessing. But come on and join them regions so that we can at least get collectively. And our first meeting, y'all, will be, if y'all go ahead and join, we will have a meeting next week. If ain't nobody, if we ain't got, if Sheila's good with it, we'll have a meeting next week so we can, which will be Monday, and we'll pull everybody in to make sure they're collectively coming together in their regions. So we got the red region, which is me. I'm in the red region. Eric is in the red region. Angie Love is in the red region. Who else? The green region would be Sheila.
Yeah, I'm in Texas.
In Texas. Then you have Aerospike. You're gonna have Ruhama. You're gonna have what region is Susan? Susan is in one of the, which is she in the
Susan is in the red region, but she is monitoring the first region.
Okay, she monitoring the red, what, the blue region or red region?
The blue region.
Blue region. Then you got Brew Queen who gonna be in the red. The red region. So the red region, we got a bunch of black people, because you got South Carolina, you got Georgia, you got New York. I'll be honest, that red region finna hit, because it's finna be a bunch of us in the red region. And that green region, because you still got that Texas and that Tennessee, you got Chicago. It's that blue region that we got to get up and going. That green on that red, it's finna be thick. So anybody that's in the California area, we want to get that region right and tight, because it's just, you got California, Colorado, and Arizona. Everything else, I don't think it's a lot of black people.
I don't know. We will see.
Somebody said, what about Hawaii? Hawaii would be in the blue region.
Yes, in the blue region.
The islands would be in the red region. So if you
the islands we're going to keep in the blue region. Is that okay? I need to ask Susan. I'm not for sure.
No, I think the islands is, because you got the islands right here.
Oh, okay.
Susan, in the islands, where the islands at?
Put in the chat, Susan, because I can't remember. I can't remember.
So how many people? Give me a one if you've joined.
They joining. I've been sending a bunch of pings, so they're joining.
Come on, y'all, join. Let's get in here. We're gonna have fun. You're gonna see. We're gonna have fun, and we're gonna figure this out. And what's gonna happen is if something go down, guess what? We're gonna have a big fish fry. All of it ain't gonna be catfish though. We'll all come together because we'll be connected while everybody else is
We will
trying.
be ready. The point is
Yes.
that we will be ready. We will be ready for whatever happens over in this land and over in the islands where our people are. We will be ready. We will be ready. And then we claim Psalms 91. That's how we move. That's how we move.
Somebody
That's
said
how
they
we move,
joined
family.
last year. So if you joined last year rooted in Hebrew, I need to see you on Monday. I want to see everybody on Monday. I got to go out of town for work on Monday, but y'all know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hurry up and go get my rental car and come on back so I can sit in the meeting and make sure I'm here. I want to see everybody's face. Everybody that's here, I want to see everybody join. And then what we could do is make sure our families know. Y'all got to realize that if we're connected, your family's connected.
Right.
They may not have to necessarily come to the meeting,
Right.
but because you're prepared, because we having these conversations, you can make sure that grandmama prepared, big mama prepared, granddaddy prepared, auntie prepared, all
Cousins
your family,
prepared.
mama
Right.
prepared, daddy
Right.
prepared. You are a representation of your family. What you got to
Right.
realize is the Most High hadn't called all of us. He only called out a few of us.
Yeah.
And calling out a few of us is getting me and us prepared so that we can. Oh, it's Michael. Getting me prepared so that I can make sure my child is prepared, my sister is prepared. The same thing with Sheila. Sheila may not have her kids may not have prepared, but guess what? She's prepared and
Right.
she'll be able to pull them in because she's connected. I'm telling y'all, this
Yeah,
is not
because I have a daughter in DC, so I have to be prepared to make sure that she's prepared. So another one in League City, Texas. So therefore they spread it out, and we're concerned about our families. And isn't it? That's why communication in a network is so important. Do you know how much peace you can have knowing that your family member over in another state is okay because you were able to communicate and contact with them? This is how important a network is. That would be such a peace of mind that would be for me. I know it would be for everybody else. And I land my plane there specifically. I know you got to finish your show.
okay. Somebody said, "Can you explain? Is the app still working?" Yeah, the app's still working. Somebody said, "Can you explain the website?" So when they join, what do they need to do?
Right now, just join, and we'll join, and we're going to welcome you, and we'll
So
take it from there.
So once you join, let's say on Monday we have a meeting. You just go right here.
The
Is it right
Goshen
here?
Project Gathering Room. Because let me explain something about this platform that we're on, this community that we're in. It is a huge platform that houses different projects. The Goshen Project is our focus right now. Before the Goshen Project was added last year when we were on when Sister E brought this. As a matter of fact, she brought it up, and we said in the chat, this is what we wanted to do. A lot of us did come and stuck with it. A lot of us still in the community, as far as that goes. But also too, the Goshen Project is a project. The wellness is Goshen is a project.
Yep.
But we're focusing now on the Goshen Project because the Wellness Goshen Project been finished. Been finished. Opened this up 3-4 years ago. Been finished. It's there. You need some help. You need to recover from some things. Yeah, I know how our it's a lot of we losing some people all of a sudden. It's a bunch of cancer going on, a bunch of what have you, a bunch of strokes, a bunch of whatever, just falling out. But they said it was going to take a few years before it hit us. Well, you want to recover from that? Go into in the community is the Wellness Goshen. The Wellness Goshen was there first. That was where the Most High. That's what He did first. Heal my people. Heal my people. So that's the project. But that's ready and locked down. You just go in there, get the information you need, find out the herbs you need to do, find out how to do different things and whatever. It's already there. Find out how to overcome long COVID. Find out how to cleanse your blood from that you know what and what have you. That's settled in there. That's settled. The Goshen Project is a new project that's a baby, a year old, and we have done so much work in that year's time. But we have to We have to meet the needs of all of our people. We got to come together. Simple as that. Simple
And the
as that.
biggest thing is once you get in there, you're gonna go when we have an event or a meeting. Make sure you go up here. Is it the where's events
They
at?
go to they will see it when they see a meeting. They're going to get once they're in the community. They are going to get you're going to get a notification about the meeting.
So once you go here, you'll see. Now keep in mind, everybody needs to have a Zoom because we do this within Zoom. So in the meeting, you'll see somewhere over here, you can join within Zoom. So when you see that, click the Zoom link and you can go straight into the room and you should be good.
Right.
If y'all have issues, email me, email Sheila, get in the chat and say, hey, I can't get in. But if you have Zoom and you click that Zoom link, once it's out there, when you go to the event tab, you should be good and be able to get into it. It was another thing that I wanted to point out. The event tab of trying to get in. Then you have this right here. Let me show y'all. Work is already being done. You got food and gardening. That's a group we've already started. The survival team. That's a group already started. Medical team, water, communication, administration, everything. The Black-owned businesses. Those pillars have already been created. And then guess what? Y'all come in, provide your ideas. Nobody is greater than the next person.
Right.
Everybody, we're all collectively working together. So don't think that I'm finna get in the room and just be chilling. Guess what? Sheila finna make me work. She ain't finna let me sit chill. Sheila finna say, well, hey, don't you sit over in that corner and just be chilling. You finna work. Everybody has to pull their sleeves up and collectively, because this is not just Sheila's and myself, Angie's, this is ours.
Yes.
So we gotta collectively roll our sleeves up to say it's time to get to work, because things are getting real shaky right now, and things are getting very questionable right now. Again, there is not a fee. That's all we asking you to do is this: roll your sleeves up and let's get to work. And let's figure out how we can come together and build something that everybody can. Guess what? Joseph built it. His family just came and benefited from it.
Right.
So that's the same thing. Be the Joseph of your family.
Right.
You're the Joseph.
Right.
You're building something so that, guess what? When this grid shuts down, your family can come and eat. Your family got somewhere to go. We got a plan. Be the Josephs. He called us to be Israel. Bring your ideas, bring your thoughts, bring your whatever you can bring. Again, this is not a thing of, oh, I got to pay a fee. No, just come. Just come. Benaiah is a part of it. I'm just going to make sure he can come to some meetings. He's a part of it. All of African Israelite Justice Foundation is a part of it. We've collectively all come together and we're part of it. So family, it's just us coming together. We met some farmers. We did. I forgot about that. The farmers that came in and provided their insight. We got some real live farmers, y'all, that have collectively been working with Sheila to make sure we can figure out what we need to do. So it's a place. I ain't saying we got somewhere to go and it's a camp. No, but we got somewhere where we can collectively come together and say, hey, if you stuck in the house, make sure you have your walkie-talkies. Make sure you got this set aside. Make sure you have this. Make sure you have that. And if it means that all of us got to hop in our car, at least we all know how to get in touch with each other. You get what I'm saying? So that's the plan, just to collectively come together with your ideas, no fees. And we're going to come together and figure out how, if something goes wrong, which it ain't no if, it's a matter of when, we know what to do as a community so that we can sustain ourselves. I think that's all I had to say.
Yeah. That's it. I don't have anything else to add. I'm just asking, everyone, go into your ruach, okay, and let the ruach lead you. But take care of yourself, take care of your family. Start making preparation. Don't wait until you're in the middle of chaos to prepare. That won't work. That's just unwise. And that's all I have. And thanks, Nikki, Miss Sister E, for letting me come up for a couple of minutes. I appreciate it. And I'm out.
Thank y'all. Hey, everybody, while I'm doing this live, don't just be sitting and watching the live. Hit that link, join the group, be a part of the group, collectively be chose a plan. What's it? Choose a plan. Oh, somebody said choose a plan. Ain't no plans, just join. But y'all, we gotta come together. We gotta come together. And like I said, I can't join and just chill. I kid y'all not. When I come in the room, it ain't Hollywooding and all that stuff. It's Nikki. You see, she called me Nikki. She ain't even call me Sister E, which is fine. She gonna call me Nikki. What we gotta figure out. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? It's all about us. I'm not Sister E. I'm Nikki in there. We working together as a community. We ain't got no stars. If you see Benaiah in there, Benaiah working. If you see Larva's in there, Larva's working. If you see Hebrew Way in there, she's working. We ain't in there just like, ain't no, what they call it, big eyes, little eyes, and the whole phrase. Everybody is collectively working together so that we can be good. It says choose a plan. Susan, can you help? Or Angie? Because it says choose a plan. We don't have a plan in there. Is there? Tell me if y'all can help them. Susan or somebody. So while I'm doing this, y'all, let's talk about what's going on. I'm trying my best not to get hit and be on the radar because it's a lot going on. Saints, when I say that war drum is beating right now, that war drum is definitely beating right now. I'm trying to talk about this, but I'll get hit. It says Iran reacts to Trump's threats. It's so much out here, y'all. Where can I start? Let's think. So, an hour ago, I'm going to play this video. So, let me do my little disclaimer. Sheila told me I always do my disclaimer. So, let me do my little disclaimer so I don't get hit. Let me find it first because I ain't did it in so long. Where's my disclaimer? Hold on. Bear with me, family. I got to find my disclaimer. I can't believe that. Wait a minute. Where's my disclaimer? Don't judge me, y'all. I got to find it because I ain't did it in so long, y'all. Where's my disclaimer? That ain't it. Where's my disclaimer? Nope. Where is it? I can't start till I do my disclaimer. Where is it? Save favorites. It's a favorite. I know I saved it as a favorite. But Saints, I just saved so much as favorites. Hold on. Did I find it? Oh, here we found it. I found it. Yeah, them Lego videos are hitting. So, copyright disclaimer under Section 107. Sister E is back. Let me say it again. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, new reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So everything I'm doing is for education and research purposes only. Now we've gotten past the semantics. Let me do this really quick because I don't need nobody hitting me up. Y'all hear that? Copyright, fair use. I'm doing everything for education and research purposes only. Now, I don't want to get rid of my little cute banner. It make me sick. I got to change my cute banner, my cute little emblem I like. Let me see. Where is it? I've been out of the game for so long. I done lost everything. I don't know where my stuff is. Bear with me, Saints. No, that ain't it. Where's my little thing at? Jesus. Hold on. Let me see. No, that ain't it. Let me see. Oh, here we go. I don't like this little emblem, y'all. It's so country. Ask me if I like this little emblem right here. pissing me off. Yes, I cussed. I don't like this little ugly emblem, but I gotta put it up here. Fair use. Oh my God. Let's see. All right, y'all ready? I want my emblem. I don't like that one. But we shall proceed. Let's see. Y'all know I'm having a moment right now. I'm pouting. That's me pouting. Yes, I pout. And I'm finna pout right now. I don't. Let me stop. I don't want to share that. Hold on. Let me stop sharing for a minute. Remove. Let me get past the little commercials. Okay. All right. So, copyright. Y'all know I'm irritable. Y'all know I don't like this little white thing, and just. So I'm finna share at the stage. All right, so stretch this out. So it says President Trump said U.S. will stop Iran ships. It's about to go down. So I'm finna play this really quick. Fair use. This is for educational and research purposes only.
President Trump says the U.S. will answer the Iranian shutdown of the Strait of Hormuz with an American blockade, stopping Iranian ships and others the regime was previously allowing to pass through. Fox's Caroline Elliott has that.
While peace talks in Pakistan didn't deliver an end to the Iran war this weekend, President Trump says his phone's been ringing.
I can tell you that we've been called by the other side. They'd like to make a deal very badly.
What was the sticking point over? You said it was over nuclear.
It's over the fact that they will never have a nuclear weapon. Iran, you marking it down? Iran will not have a nuclear weapon.
But President Trump is not backing down and vowed to use the U.S. military to block all Iranian ports around the country and in the Strait of Hormuz.
So now Iran is doing absolutely no business, and we're going to keep it that way very easily.
The president hopes it forces Tehran to accept a peace deal and open the Strait of Hormuz after Iran shut down access in late February.
What would matter is how much a blockade shut down of the whole world's production. A lot of it just depends how long does this go.
But on Monday, the head of the Iranian parliament said it would only make gas prices worse, saying, quote, soon you'll be nostalgic for $4 to $5 gas.
1/5 of the oil and gas the world needs to function is now stuck in the Strait of Hormuz.
The two sides remain open to a deal, and President Trump says the U.S. won't agree to anything that allows Iran to have a nuclear weapon. In New York, Caroline Elliott, Fox News.
Now, the crazy part is, y'all, I was watching something today that people are figuring out that it's not about the weapon itself. It's about the oil, ultimately. It is about the oil. It is about control. It is about power. And what I do like about what I'm noticing with Iran ain't backing down. They're not afraid. I tell somebody, I read this book one time. Y'all know I love horror movies. Pray for me, saints. And I read this book, and I think I've told this story before. I read World War Z. Has anybody ever seen the movie World War Z? Give me a 1 if you've ever seen the movie World War Z. Give me a 1. Well, with that, I read the book prior to going to the movie. And they left this part out of the movie, but they had it in the book. At the very beginning, they had it all set up. They said that if you've read the book, give me a 3 if you read the book. Give me a 3 because this one's out. You give me a 3 if you read the book. In the book, there was a big scene where they set up where they had all these guns and they was getting prepared. I think they were in New York. It's been years since I read the book. When I read the book, this was back in 2000. This was right before the movie came out. So that was a long time ago. But they had this whole scene in the book where they were the people, the humans were getting prepared for war, and I think they were in New York, and they had all their guns, and they like, we ready. We got all the guns. The zombies ain't got guns. We got guns, and we can kill them. We can take them out because we got all these bazookas, guns, everything. So when the zombies came at them in the book, they couldn't beat them because they said in the book, the humans said we can shoot and kill them, but they don't stop. They don't have anything to lose. So they're going to keep coming regardless of the guns because we have everything to lose. In the book, they had everything to lose, which was their lives and being turned into a zombie. The zombies didn't have anything to lose. They just looking for a meal. And ultimately in the movie, the man in the book, when I read it, says their will overpowered our guns. And I'm just paraphrasing. Their will overpowered their guns, regardless of what the U.S. has, regardless of what Israel has, regardless of what NATO has. They got everything to lose, and Iran has nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose. You've taken everything from them. The Houthis, all of them, you've pretty much tried to decimate them. They like, either we finna fight this to the death, or it's like either or they're gonna die. I hate to say it. Either we're gonna fight for free, fight to not be pulled into what happened to Iraq. Because what y'all don't remember, you remember Iraq came back and said, don't trust them. They did us dirty as well. So the US have done Iraq dirty. And Iraq told Iran, look, we're not rocking with y'all on this because y'all did us dirty. And they telling Iran, don't believe any deals that they give you. So U.S. and these Western nations have torn their draws with everybody, even within themselves. They fighting that these Middle Eastern countries outside of Israel ain't got nothing to lose. They say either we gonna fight to the death and win and not allow Western culture and not allow ourselves to be colonized and not rape our system, or we're gonna bow down to them and they're gonna kill us anyway. So when you in that mindset, it's different. And I said, this war is going to be different from any war. Everybody else was kind of scared. They've been preparing for 40 years. I don't care how many leaders they kill in Iran. You're not killing the plan. They didn't have this plan worked out for years. So whatever leader that they have, that they kill off, the plan is still there. And the people are on one accord. That's your biggest fear. They're on one accord. And what they're doing is what's interesting is Iran said, I'm not bombing your civilians. I'm not bombing the US. I'm bombing your oil refineries. I'm bombing your US troops. Their little setup in the Middle East. They hitting them up. And so we finna it's different. And I think I will say the other administration knew better. And they said, no, we can't do this. But this administration, arrogance that we speak about in Obadiah, their arrogance has made them say that they can do whatever they want to do. And you got a country that says, let's go for it. Win, lose, or draw, we fighting. U.S. got everything to lose. When you're in the mindset of where you got everything to lose and you're dealing with an enemy that ain't got nothing to lose, that's a dangerous place to be. That's a dangerous place to be because they're going to go to the lengths that you're not going to go because you're afraid. Obadiah talks about their arrogance. So let's look at some more stuff. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I've been watching this for a good little minute. And let me see what else I got. Am I sharing? Is it just me? They said traffic has come.
In total. Well, let's cross live now to John Holman, who's standing by for
There
us in
you.
Washington, D.C. John, we're several hours now into this U.S. blockade of Iranian ports. Could you just walk our viewers through what the plan is and how it's supposed to work going forward?
Well, the plan right now is that reportedly there's more than 15 U.S. warships around the Strait of Hormuz to stop ships which have docked at Iranian ports from coming out and through with oil. What's being reported as well is that that won't be enough to stop and board them on their own. There'll have to be dedicated units, specialized units of Marines and SEALs that are able to board tankers that don't actually allow them to in what's called contested boarding. That is something that the US Navy should have experience on because it's what they've been doing in South America for boats leaving in and around Venezuela in a separate blockade. So that's the plan. It's unknown how long this is going to continue for, but the plan is really to choke off the economic pipeline really for Iran. This is a country that about more than 50% of its exports are its oil, and a lot of the revenue that the government receives comes from that money as well. So the plan is to choke that economic lifeline off from Iran and bring them to the negotiating table to try and get an end to this conflict. We remember, of course, that this is a conflict that the United States itself did begin.
And John, we've been hearing more from U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance about the negotiations that he was engaged in with Iran. What's he been saying?
Yeah, he was speaking in an interview with Fox News, and he actually took quite an upbeat tone compared to what had been reported on the weekend, that the talks had failed, that it had been 21 hours, really a marathon session, but not a lot had come out of it. He said basically that they were getting somewhere, but it wasn't quite far enough yet. But he also had something to say about the Strait of Hormuz. So let's have a listen to him.
We need to see the Straits of Hormuz fully open. And this is frankly one of the things where the Iranians tried to move the goalposts during the negotiation. We made very clear that that's unacceptable. We came to the negotiation saying the United States, what we've given here is a ceasefire. We've stopped bombing the country. What we expect the Iranians to give up is a full reopening of the Straits of Hormuz. We have seen, as the president has said, some significant uptick in traffic coming through the Straits of Hormuz. That's good for the global economy.
But the main thing that the vice president said that the United States were after in those negotiations was that Iran should give up its highly enriched uranium that could be used to make a nuclear weapon if it was enriched further, and that also it should give up any efforts to try and keep developing nuclear weapons. The US actually put a moratorium, it's being reported, of 20 years on that for Iran to not seek to develop nuclear weapons and have nuclear activity. Iran said that they were willing to give about 5 years. So that's a big difference between the two countries. But I suppose it speaks a bit to what Vice President Vance was saying, that they were getting somewhere with the talks, maybe just not to the point where they could have an agreement. What he said was that he thought it was best for the Iranian delegation to go back to Tehran, where there perhaps was the authorization and the ability to authorize an advance in the talks, and they would go back to the United States. That seems to indicate that a second round of talks might be possible. He was asked that question, and he said, well, that ball is in the court of the Iranians now.
All right, that's Al Jazeera's John Holman live for us in Washington, D.C. Thanks so much, John. Thousands have rallied in Tehran in support of the Iranian government and against the U.S. blockade of the Strait of Hormuz.
Allahu Akbar!
Pictures have emerged of crowds cheering, holding up their torchlights and parading the national flag late into the evening. Demonstrators denounced the acts and words of U.S. President Donald Trump, with some saying they are not afraid.
First, you make many threats and carry out none of them. And even if your threats are carried out, we know that our country's armed forces will fully respond to them. We are present in these streets to support our country's system and its armed forces, and under our support, they will fully carry out their duty.
Trump said he would strike many of our power plants and our infrastructure. He said many strange things. He said he would come and take one of our islands, but none of his promises were fulfilled. This is just another promise like the others. All of them are empty. We're not afraid of his threats, and we have no fear at all.
A U.S. blockade of the strait means it will be much harder for Iran to sell oil at a time when the economy is ravaged by the war and years of sanctions. From Tehran, here's Al Jazeera's Ali Hashim.
We're currently dealing with two rhetorics. The Iranian rhetoric that stresses it's defending itself against the American war, American-Israeli war, and the American rhetoric that's saying also, as we heard from Washington, that they're not going to accept that Tehran blackmails the war. But the issue right now is that the strait is closed. Regardless of who is closing the strait, whether it's the Iranian blockade or the American blockade, the strait is closed. And this will have serious implications on the global economy. Now, this plays into the hands of Tehran because this is what they wanted from the beginning when they started launching rockets and drones towards the Gulf countries and oil facilities, and later on closing the strait. So now this is playing into their hands. However, yes, there is a big question how much Iran can stay without selling oil the way it used to sell. Now, we know that Iran over the past years was under pressure, under sanctions, and it created several and different ways to sell its oil in a way that it could not be discovered. So we know also that most of the Iranian oil is sold outside the Strait of Hormuz and not inside the Strait of Hormuz. So now it's a matter of who shouts first, the Americans or the Iranians. There's a very strong possibility that there are going to be meetings on the expert level and that mediations are going on, especially from countries like Pakistan, Turkey, Egypt, and there are other mediators also that are in the middle of this process. Now, what we understood is that there are issues that could have been solved during the Islamabad talks. And there was a framework that they almost announced, but later on it seems that the United States took a decision to leave. But now, given the fact that many interventions are going on, and there is actually a will from both the United States and Iran not to resume the war.
Mark Feifley is the founder and president of Off the Record Strategies and a former national security advisor to President George W. Bush. He says the blockade puts Trump's efforts to look for a diplomatic off-ramp at risk.
What we saw in Pakistan was the start of a negotiation, 21 hours together. Both sides could kind of figure each other out, look each other in the eye, and see where we were. So that was a pressure test and a reset. Now with this blockade, it isn't measured by ships stopped. It's measured also as how fast the markets react. The moment that Mr. Trump says no ships, essentially he owns every ship. You miss one and this entire strategy could crack. So it's high stakes. It's Mr. Trump's negotiation tactic that he's done through his career, is looking for leverage and then almost doing it not like most international organizations or groups or countries have done historically, but he's negotiating it as if it was a real estate deal. You find negotiation, you play hard, you make harsh comments, you bring people to the table. It's a high stakes thing. And I think that's the challenge that America is having right now, as well as the Gulf allies, and trying to find a way to have a sustainable economy at the same time that you're trying to do a high stakes peace negotiation. So where this lands, we don't know. The challenge is that when you go alone, as Mr. Trump is doing right now, it focuses the U.S. and the U.S. military to do everything, to carry out all the costs. And that's the challenge when you go at this alone and when you don't have a long-term plan of next steps. And so from a leverage standpoint, that's where the United States is searching for some amount of accommodation to bring the Iranians to the table. The Iranians are playing a tough game, meaning they still have that threat launching a drone and hitting a U.S. or some U.S. allied oil tanker. And if that happens, that brings the whole thing down. Iran knows that they have that in their back pocket. And the allies that are unwilling at this point to move in to fill that void, that's what leaves the United States in a difficult spot, Mr. Trump in a difficult spot. And I think that this could just be a short-term tactic that might not work out long-term.
Britain's Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, says the UK's Navy will not be part of the U.S. blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. Starmer says his country will not be dragged into the war. He's holding a summit with dozens of countries later this week to ensure the waterway remains open once the war ends. Rory Challenge has the story from London.
They lost allies. That's
Starmer's
crazy.
twin challenge is to keep the UK out of this war, not our conflict, not in the national interest, as he's put it, but also to avoid antagonizing Donald Trump any more than he already has. And in that, he has failed. The US president has repeatedly criticized Keir Starmer, essentially calling him a weakling, saying that he doesn't measure up to the previous residents of this property, like Winston Churchill. But Keir Starmer is focused on trying to build an international coalition to reopen the Straits of Hormuz once the fighting has finished. Here's how he put that to Parliament earlier.
Mr. Speaker, I can confirm today that together with President Macron, I will convene a summit of leaders this week to drive forward the international effort we have built in recent weeks, bringing together dozens of countries to ensure freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. The summit will be focused on two things. First, diplomatic efforts to bring pressure to bear for a negotiated end to the conflict and for the strait to be opened. Second, military planning to provide assurance to shipping as soon as a stable environment can be established.
Now, next door to where the Prime Minister lives at number 10 Downing Street is number 11, where the Chancellor lives. And like many finance ministers around the world, Rachel Reeves has her work cut out. Oil is back above $100 a barrel. Stock markets are weakening. Government bonds are weakening. And it's easy to see why. With the talks failing and the Trump blockade, we're now looking at a prolonged energy shock with inflation and low growth. A UK think tank called the Resolution Foundation has said that the average UK household is going to be £480 worse off. That's about $680 because of this war. Rory Challenge, Al Jazeera in London.
Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, says he's spoken to U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance following Saturday's talks with Iran that ended without a deal. Netanyahu says he backs Trump's decision to impose a blockade on Iranian ports.
I spoke with Vice President J.D. Vance. He called me from his plane on his way back from Islamabad. He briefed me in detail, as officials of this administration do on a daily basis, about the developments in negotiations, in this case, the collapse of the talks. The collapse came from the American side, which could not tolerate Iran's blatant violation of the agreement for entering negotiations. He also made it clear that the central issue on the table from the perspective of President Trump and the United States is the removal of all enriched material and ensuring that there will be no enrichment in the years ahead. That is their focus, and of course, it is also important to us. Because Iran violated the rules, President Trump decided to impose a naval blockade on them. We, of course, support this tough stance, and we are fully coordinated with the United States at all times.
A ceasefire in Lebanon has been one of the main points of contention during the negotiations between the U.S. and Iran.
It's like
Israeli and
every
Lebanese
time I
officials
want to
are
say something,
expected to meet
pop
for
up.
talks in Washington on Tuesday. At the same time, the Israeli army has intensified ground operations in southern Lebanon. The military carried out a strike near the entrance to the Red Cross offices in the southern city of Tyre, killing one person. The victim was a wounded person being transported for treatment. It was the second attack on the Red Cross in less than 24 hours. Elsewhere in southern Lebanon, the Israeli military has demolished a residential building in the town of Naqoura in Tyre district. On Monday, Israeli ground forces pushed further into Lebanese territory, seizing several towns. One of those towns is Bint Jbeil, which has been a Hezbollah stronghold. Hezbollah's Secretary General has rejected the upcoming talks between the Lebanese government and Israel. Naeem Qasim says the talks are a ploy to pressure Hezbollah into laying down its weapons.
We reject negotiations with the Israeli entity. These negotiations are futile and require a Lebanese consensus to shift our approach from non-negotiation to direct negotiations. What is this humiliation that Lebanon is facing directly? Israel says very clearly these negotiations are to force Hezbollah to disarm their weapons and to have peace with the Israeli enemy. Netanyahu has repeated this several times.
Lebanon's health ministry says more than 2,000 people have been killed and more than 6,000 injured by Israeli strikes since the beginning of March. The attacks have caused a surge in patients with burn injuries. Lebanon's public health services lack the specialized medical care to treat them. Al Jazeera's Malcolm Webb reports from a burn unit in the city of Sidon and a warning that some viewers may find images in his report distressing.
Okay, I paused for a minute, y'all, because I don't want to get a strike. Two, I kind of want to talk through what has transpired. I'm gonna not share this for a second because I don't want y'all to see that. Anybody want to hop on? Let me know. I dropped the link. Anybody that wants to join, I drop the link again. Cancel. Let me share. Copy. For some reason, I'm having a problem copying the link, so I have to go to my channel itself. So I just dropped the link on the Sister E channel. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all the way things are transpiring. One, U.S. has lost their allies. I'm gonna be honest, if the U.S. loses the support of the U.K., that's like one of the main peers or allies that the U.S. needs to be able to have NATO. You still have France, you have those other countries, but what I've noticed is they're all following suit and they bouncing on the U.S. and leaving the U.S. by themselves. With that being said, with them leaving U.S. by themselves, U.S. is having to maneuver because the UK, like, I'm not getting in this mess. Y'all created this. Y'all created this mess. We ain't got nothing to do with this. Y'all went over there and started bombing for the sake of another country. For another country. What's up, hot sauce? For another country. Had no justified reason going over there messing with them folks. Ultimately, that's what they're saying. They don't saying. So because you started it, you're gonna have to finish it. You cannot utilize our Air Force, anything in reference to any form of warfare. Y'all can't use our facilities. Y'all are on your own because y'all started it and y'all gonna have to finish it on your own. With that being said, UK has backed out. Spain has backed out. All of NATO just about backed out and said, we're going to throw these tools at you because we're not getting in this fight with y'all. So with that being said, because they've done that, U.S. has pretty much isolated themselves. Russia and China now, we must not forget, they're somewhere sitting like this, waiting for something to transpire. Russia kind of got in the fight, but Russia said, nope, Iran, take care of business. China like, yep, Iran, take care of business. We ain't getting in it. We just going to sit and watch. Don't think that China and Russia won't step in, but they're waiting for the right moment because once the U.S. and Israel are isolated by themselves, guess what's finna happen? That's when we're going to see the bigger war. They're actually waiting for NATO to just say, I'm totally done. Because NATO still got one foot in and one foot out. Still kind of like, got to be careful with NATO. And UN is about as useful as, I ain't going to talk about the UN. But NATO got one foot in, one foot out. So Russia and China still kind of sitting and watching. But the moment that NATO says enough is enough, or US makes the decision to back out of NATO, that's when we're going to see everybody say, okay, now you're going to see Russia, China, all these countries that the US has attacked and have done their thing and colonized. Guess what? You're going to see all of them come together. Hello, Pride of Judah.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you.
Great, great. Um, I was just thinking about it, and yes, it sounds very, very chaotic, but I think this needs to happen.
Oh yes.
I think that he needs to, if he wants to take credit for closing the strait, fine. But this needs to happen because the repercussions of closing this strait, when you've got people all over the world rationing fuel now, trying to figure out how they're going to maintain public services now, trying to figure out how they're going to run their power plants now, trying to figure out when they're going to be able to plant because they're waiting for fertilizer to come out of that strait.
Yep.
And planting season is pretty much here. They need to put these crops in the ground. Without that fertilizer, they can't expect to get the same yield that they would have had if they had their fertilizer. So just from a farmer's perspective, you're either going to have to go ahead and plant your crops without it, anticipating a lower yield, and you might not break even, or you're going to have to take an L altogether and decide, hey, I'm not going to hire a crew. I'm not going to buy this seed. I'm not going to spend the whole summer watering this crop because I'm not going to make any money. And that's what's going on here. So I submit to you that this needs to happen because the rest of the world needs to stop sitting on their hands and waiting around to see what happens next. There's going to have to be at least one or two adults in the room that will stand up and say, hey, we're facing a famine of sorts. If we can't get these fertilizer on these crops in a timely fashion, if we can't get the oil to power our power plants, to power our hospitals, to keep our economies running, if people can't afford gas to get to work, stuff starts to crash. And I really don't think it's going to take that long for that to start happening. So that's pretty much all I had to contribute there.
And you know what's interesting is, as soon as you said that, prior to Judah, some just came up on, was it Redder News? It says China says Strait of Hormuz blockade against global interests urges restraint. It just came out. It says China said blockade of the Strait of Hormuz will go against the international community's interests and urges calm and restraint by all sides. So China is playing diplomacy right now. They're saying let U.S. be in the fight, but we're gonna play the diplomat in the midst of all of this. So they're saying both sides have some level of restraint. And again, I really believe that the U.S. is finna make a move because they haven't made it just yet. Where all of us gonna be standing in front of the TV and gonna be like, "Wait a minute, what just happened?"
Listen, oh, that day is coming.
It's so.
It is not going to be long.
It's not every morning. I haven't been really CNN and MSNBC have been kind of janky lately because they've been kind of giving you Western media news. But lately, I've been led every morning before you walk out that door, start watching the news. And every morning I get up, cut on CNN or cut on Al Jazeera. I like Al Jazeera. But lately, Al Jazeera been kind of shaky. They've been kind of, I think they've been compromised. I know they've been compromised. I think they possibly have been compromised. Let me rephrase that. I retract that statement. They possibly have been compromised because you're getting the Western viewpoint. But I think something I really, in my heart of hearts, the way things are looking right now, it's going to be something that happens that all of us are going to be sitting in front of the news in shock. Like, I cannot believe that this has happened. It's only a matter of time.
Now, I would submit to you that it is not mainstream media's job to tell you what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I never look to mainstream media to find out anything. If not the news, not information. If I watch it all, I watch because I want to figure out what narrative or what lie it is that they want me to believe. Like this Artemis spacecraft. Okay. I have to find out what's going on online from people who are boots on the ground that are happen to report on things. This country is heavily censored.
Oh yeah.
We really don't realize how heavy our news media is censored. Even our social media is censored. So we're only getting just drips of information. It's really hard to convey to the younger generations what it was like to be at work or be on your way to work or be in class on September 11th, 2001. They don't understand that everybody held their collective breath, that everybody suddenly tried to call all their family members, that no cell phone service existed, that folks had to walk out of Washington, D.C. and out of New York City on foot for miles. They don't understand.
Wow.
And whatever's going to happen, it will be a day like just like that, where it'll be a normal day, where you're going about your normal routine, and all of a sudden, it won't be normal. All of a sudden, you're going to have a nationwide emergency on your hands. So I just believe this has to happen. We're long overdue. And for those of us who experienced 9/11, you were old enough to remember, then you know how to move. You know how to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I was in college when 9/11 happened. I think I was 22.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was 22 because it was a year before, because 9/11 happened, what, 2001?
Yes.
So it was a year before my daughter was born. So I was 20. No, I was older than that. Because my daughter was born, I was 25. So I was 22, 24 when 9/11. And I remember how the war, New York was shut down all the way. But I remember how the world just shut down and hit a pause. The world hasn't hit a pause like that since COVID. And even with, COVID, it still wasn't quite like 9/11, where you physically watched on television each plane, whoever did it, I don't, we have our theories, each plane hitting each building. You've never seen that before. I've never seen it before, where we see that within our own soil. You had Pearl Harbor, which was a little bit different, in Hawaii, but yet it's still in New York.
Yeah.
It's within the mainlands. And you're sitting here like, oh my goodness. And I hear people tell stories of it since I've been living here in New York, of them having, how everything shut down, people having to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge trying to get home, or walking across the bridge because it was so hard. I was like, what?
And I need people, anybody who's listening right now, I want you to understand that when something goes down, we're going to have system-wide gridlock. Everybody is going to leave their place of work all at the same time. It's not going to be a staggered rush hour.
Yep.
It's going to be system-wide gridlock. I know people, it took 8 hours for them to get home on foot. Why? Because the buses stopped running. The bus drivers were like, "The hell with this, I'm going home." They left their routes. There were trains that moved through the station that did not stop.
Oh, wow.
Your cell phone will not work. So if I must drop one little gem that you remember, I want everyone listening to please develop a phone tree of hardline phone numbers. Hardline phone numbers. Because the hardline still went through. Your cell phone, I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't count on the cell phone for GPS directions. You better have a map or some written down instructions on how to get where you're going if you don't know it by heart. But for those people who don't have, somebody knows somebody that works at a desk that has a hardline phone.
Yep.
And you're going to have to do relay calls between hardline phone numbers.
Yep. Yep. This is why, like these things right here, if you don't have hard lines and you have a hard time, you got ways like this that are not connected to the grid itself, where you can use satellite to be able to get in touch with family members.
Right.
Get everybody collectively come together. If it's 10 of y'all, everybody put $40 together and say, we're going to get a pack of these, like a pack of 10, a pack of 20, because you need to get them in packs like this so all of y'all can be on the same SIM card and say, if something happens and I can't call you,
yes,
I got you here.
Yes.
And do it. And you can get them on, Amazon. You can get them on Amazon.
Okay.
And you get these and you hook them up and you can go from here in New York and call somebody all the way in California. 5,000 miles. 5,000 miles.
Okay. Listen to Auntie. Listen to Auntie 50E.
Yep. If
And
you
be
can
ready. Be prayerful.
Somebody asked, what is this? These are walkie-talkies. And these walkie-talkies you can get on Amazon. That's something that we're doing on the Goshen Project so that we can all get everybody get the same brand. And we're actively working on trying to get a SIM card and where all of us can communicate. Because what happens is I have this one. This is called Airtone. You can get them on Amazon. But the most important aspect of it is the fact of if you get two, you can only talk to that person on that one in that pack. So if you got like 7 family members, it's kind of hard, to do that. So we're actively working to get a single SIM card where we send it out to everybody and everybody has the same SIM card so that if something goes down, 100 people can work off of this. Building communication. This is why we need people, because they can help us get these SIM cards, negotiate those SIM cards. Everybody gets the SIM cards so we can collectively come together. And then when we come together, we're all on the same communication channel. It puts us all on the same channel. So all of us get on the walkie-talkie and say, hey, Sister E, how are you doing in New York? I'm good. Hey, Sheila, how are you doing in Texas? I'm good. We're all on the same SIM card. But you got to start by getting this, and you got to be a part of the group to figure out how can we do this again. The only thing you're going to have to pay for to be a part of the group is getting you one of these and getting your other things that you need. We ain't charging y'all nothing. Y'all come on in because we don't want to charge you anything because you need the money to figure out how you're going to get the other stuff. And we'll figure out how we can all collectively come together to help those that can't get it. But we ain't trying to spend no money amongst each other. We ain't trying to charge anybody. But if you can, I think this is like $70 and I got like 2 of them. And then again, what's the use of 2 of them when it's only 2 of y'all talking? You need to get this. We get the SIM card and all of us can talk amongst each other. Because even with those landlines, they can take them landlines over if a war comes.
This is
they
true.
Can take it. They can take it. So this is why. And then we just bought them. We just got them. I hadn't put my battery on it because Aerospike's supposed to be helping me because I'm having problems with putting my battery in. But we collectively come together and figure out, hey, I've already talked to them with Airtone, whatever you call it. We got SIM cards coming. Everybody get their SIM card, and it could be 200 of us with the same SIM card and can talk to each other and figure out what's going on. What's going on, House Sauce?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I ain't gonna let Antonio come up here.
No. I just had a quick question about the one.
I'm messing with you.
Because it's a really good thing that you're doing. It's a fantastic thing that you're doing. So, just had a quick question. So, for them to work, they need a SIM card, right?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. That's it. I just wanted because I want to get some for my family as well.
And the biggest thing with that is it comes with the SIM card.
Okay.
But the thing is, if you buy a pack of 2, it'll only work for that particular 2.
Okay.
You got to have a SIM card for all of it. That's what we're actively working on in a contract together with the company because we're trying to get a contract going with them so that we can all can send out all SIM cards to everybody, and we work together to get the SIM cards. Because again, they don't tell you that. They'll tell you, oh, get this, and then we figured out as we was getting through with that, if I have one and my daughter has one, it can only communicate with us. It can't communicate with Sheila if Sheila has the same one. We have to get the same SIM card. So we're actively working with the contract group that owns this to get some SIM cards.
Okay, yeah, because I definitely want to get some for my family because things ain't looking too great right now. Things are not looking too great, and we definitely need to start preparing for being in homes for extended period of time because who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, and if we're at home extended period of time and it may be safe, we have these just to talk to each other to keep each other sane. That's what kept us during, the big disease. I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah.
We all was collectively going on internet and YouTube and doing things when we were locked in the house, and it kept us sane. The hardest part for us, if something happens and we locked in the house and we can't talk to each other, that's when you're gonna start seeing people do crazy stuff because they're gonna be tired of sitting in the house. So
and you got to get your food ready because the famine is coming. Like like a famine is. I mean, even with I gotta take this. I'll be back.
And that's something we're actively. That's why I tell people this Goshen Project, y'all. The link is pinned in the actual chat. Go check that out. That's what we're working on, y'all. How we can all work together so that we can get a plan together. If it means one group work with the contract group to get SIM cards, the other group work with another group with food, and figure out how we can all come together and get ideas of how to garden. If you're stuck in the house and you live in New York, how do you garden in New York? None of us know how to do that. If we need to make sure everybody has water, how do we collectively come together? If we're in a region where there are 2 hospitals that are owned by Hebrews, how can we get them or get to somebody if something happens? So that's the whole thing of getting an emergency plan together so that we can actively figure out how to do things. So again, it's pinned at the top. Hot Sauce, I know you're out the country. Even with that, you can still reach out to us. Because I think China, where you are, I don't know where you are, it's I think possibly 5,000 miles away. You can still get on here and talk. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try it. I'm definitely gonna try it out. I'm definitely gonna try it.
So, if y'all come, we can all figure out how to make this work. But again, we're still, somebody said Underground Railroad. There we go, Sheila. Somebody said Underground. Sheila been calling it the Underground Railroad.
So I would just say, make sure you have your water, your toilet paper. Because water you can do now. Because my family did that since remember Y2K back in the day?
Yep.
Yeah, so there was like stock up. So we just buy water periodically. Buy a crate once a month, and it just stacks it up. You don't have to buy all at once. Just buy a little bit here and there. 1 month we get a good crate of water. The next month we buy another crate of water. It stacks up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Peanut butter and canned beans. Stacks up. So if you have electricity or gas, you can cook the beans. If you don't, you can eat it like it is.
Yep. And you can join too, Hot Sauce, regardless of where you are. We not just within the U.S.
No, I said I'm definitely getting one. I said I'm definitely getting one.
No, I'm talking about join the Goshen Project if you want.
Okay. I'm very far away though.
Yeah, but you still should be able to have access to the internet. But you just
I think over here is fine. In Asia is fine.
Yeah.
As far as I don't think much is going to happen, but as far as the U.S. blocking the oil and stuff like that, that Trump is dumb. He's dumb.
He is. The things he's doing, you can tell this man is not at the best mental state or capacity to be, but it's their arrogance. It goes back to the Obadiah. Arrogance can make a person stupid. You're so arrogant to the point nobody can reason with you. And that's exactly where they are. They're in a state of arrogance where they're stupid right now. And they're making stupid decisions. And the world is allowing them to make those stupid decisions because they don't like them. You know, people don't want to see this country make it. They sick of this country.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, and that's the problem. Like yeah. I mean, but I mean, this is the scriptures, right? I mean, like, what it says, like we will and at the end of the 400 years, we will watch the punishment of the Gentiles.
Mhm.
So this is what we're doing. We're watching the punishment of the Gentiles because
Yep.
white people, from like when I watch online, white people are losing their mind because they're going broke.
Yep. This economy is not gonna have any don't ain't gonna care nothing about race. This war is not gonna care anything about race. This system is not gonna care anything about race. It's gonna care about the machine. How can
Yeah.
we feed the machine? I'm getting ready to go to bed, y'all. I can't be up all night. That's how I gotta pace myself. But anybody else want to join? You got 5 minutes to
Yeah,
get up.
I'm gonna hop off. I just wanted to get information about that. Y'all take care.
All right, thank you, hot sauce. Pride of Judah, you got anything else? Because I'm finna hop off and go to bed. Oh, Pride of Judah just hopped off. All right, y'all. Well, like I said, the Goshen Project. I would say join so that we can all kind of collectively come together. If we get enough people to join, possibly we can have a meeting next week where we can talk through, plans to figure out how we can do this and how this can work and come together and get a collective plan together and build these regions and get people to own certain aspects of the region where they can, help with not own, but help with certain areas of the region. This is real deal, y'all. I'm like I said, I'm a part of it. Benaiah, Israel is a part of it. Larvis is part of it. A couple of people, especially majority of the African Israelite Justice Foundation, we're a part of it. So with that being said, we want everybody to be safe and aware. So I'm getting ready to go to bed. I've enjoyed myself, family. Anything y'all want to do, let me know. But I'm gonna try my best to keep going with this momentum because saints be tired after work, after fight through them. Back in the day when I was working the other job, I was working from home. So I could get offline. I'd be good. I'd be rested. I ain't left. And I get online. I'm tight. After you done fought with getting on the train, changing one train where you packed in that train and then walking home. By the time I'm home, I'm like, I'm going to bed. So, but I think I'm gonna keep doing this. So I ain't gonna keep. I gotta keep doing it. Most High has been pushing and nudging me that it's time. It's time. It's time. You had a bit of a break, so the minute you're energized to do something, He give me that energy, and I go ahead and do it, and then come out and do lives and just He's been leading me not to do 12-hour lives like I used to. Do 2 hours and then go lay down and get some rest, and then try again another day. So I gotta be on top of it. Y'all share my channel with people because I'm trying to get back on track. I've lost quite a few people because I haven't been online, and then my belief systems. I pretty much disconnected myself from a lot of people. Praise the Most High. I thank the Most High for that, and I've connected myself with more grounded people like Sheila and all the rest of them. Sheila Rochelle, Brew Queen, Angela. um, my sis Lisa, my other sis Lala, Benaiah Larvins, Hebrew way more of another aspect of the community. I haven't left the community. It's just the Most High shifted me, and in that shifting, sometimes He shifts you to go another direction, and it'll cause others to other people to kind of waver off. Every relationship and friendship is seasonal. You got to be at peace with it. And I believe that era of my life when I first came out with Sister E is seasonal. And this is a newer version where the Most High is leading me other directions. To go other avenues and interact with other people in our community. Not speaking any ill will on anybody else. I didn't spoke my piece on other stuff. So that chapter is closed and we're moving on to a new chapter where we're just like, how are we gonna make it in this season? And I'm here for it. And anybody that wants to do it and wants to be a part of it, join the Goshen. We finna get to work again. What we doing? Ignore the tattoos. Saints, don't judge me. I used to get tattoos, so I know I just showed them Saints to be like, look at Sister E. Before Saints would be like, oh, she's Illuminati. No, I'm not. This is a heart with my M in it for initials. My daughter her name starts with an M, and my first name starts with an M. So me and her both a long time ago got matching tattoos. So for Saints to be like, oh, look at Sister E. What she got on her arm? It's a heart. So get past that. But back to what I was saying. Roll those sleeves up and let's get to work. Let's get to work and let's get this community y'all joining. It ain't gonna be no I'm chilling in the back. I'm taking notes. Sheila telling everybody when we suggesting that amongst each other of what's the best way to do it. We're working. So Goshen Project is about work. So be ready. Again, it's not a money thing, it's a work thing. Because this is a community we're building together so we can be able to make it through this season. So with that being said, I am getting ready to go to bed. I thank y'all so much for joining me. Like I said, pass, share amongst each other, and we'll get through it together. Oh my gosh, y'all, I am so sleepy. But all right, y'all, I'm getting ready to close this out so I can go to bed. Love y'all and have a blessed evening, and I will see y'all hopefully this week.
All different type of information every week. Let me speak. If you subscribe, we're going deep. Love talk, Sister E. God's work, Sister E. Charity, Sister E. Let's talk with Sister E. All different type of information every week. Let me speak. If you subscribe, we're going deep. Love talk, Sister E. God's work,